What's up, Transformers fans? Mondo the Dead Bottom is Prime here, and in this Moonbase 84 transmission, I'm checking out the Transformers Age of the Primes Monstructor set. So I'm going to start things off by doing something I rarely do, and that is take a quick look at the packaging, because I happen to like this packaging. Here we got this nice graphic of Monstructor. I love it. And then on the sides, you get 3 of the characters that make this 6-character set. For those that don't know, it is a set of 6 core class monster pretenders, and here they are. You get Birdbrain, Icepick, Slog, Wildfly, Scowl, and Bristleback. And then we have the full combined Monstructor with some tech specs. So pretty cool. I'm excited to pop him open and check him out, and we're going to do that right now. This is how the set comes packed. All 6 characters are packaged in clear plastic baggies taped down into the cardboard insert. There are also 2 separate baggies containing all of the accessories. Now we'll get these guys all unpacked, and I'll go through each character in the set. And I'm just going to follow the instructions, so we'll start off with Icepick and everything that goes with him. Here we have Icepick in robot mode, and you're going to probably hear this a lot throughout this review, but I really like his colors. That baby blue combined with the magenta really pops. His head sculpt has kind of a Swindle vibe going on in design, while sporting a yellow visor and gray chin. For accessories, he has a grayish light purple club and one of Monstructor's fists, which I guess he uses as a shield or whatever your imagination desires. To get Icepick into monster mode, you just flip his monster head over his robot head and you're done. The back of the box even states he transforms in 1 step. It is what it is, but I'll say the monster head looks cool. I think he's some reptile or aquatic creature going by the fins or frills on the side of the head. In monster mode, he can still bonk you in the head with his club and hold the fist/shield accessory. He can also store it on his back in both modes. Next up we have Scowl, and he comes with a goldish yellow sword and a big scythe or however the hell you want to say it, that definitely looks like it can cleave some heads. In monster mode, Scowl is a yellow and light purple wolf type creature that can store his accessories on his back. Although the scythe sticks out quite far, causing Scowl to take up quite a bit of shelf space for such a little guy. To remedy this, you can of course just put his accessories in his hands. And here he is holding those menacing weapons in robot mode, which I think looks pretty cool. We also get a nice Decepticon symbol on his chest that stands out against the yellow body. Looking closer at his head sculpt, it reminds me a bit of Astro Train. So that makes 2 characters in a row that kind of evoke another character. Third up is the monster that's too fly for a Magnus guy, Wildfly. I don't know why I came up with Magnus for that lame joke, other than I hate him. But moving on, here's Wildfly with his accessories, which are 2 guns. Wildfly's monster mode is some type of bat or dragon type creature, and I have to say that I love his monster head. It's both creepy and hilarious, which are 2 things that often don't go together, like pineapple on pizza. And yeah, I said it, so fight me. In robot mode, Wildfly gives off a bit of a Seeker vibe, but in a yellow and magenta-ish red color scheme, or maybe Swoop, which makes sense because Swoop was the first iteration of this mold. Taking a closer look at his head sculpt, which I do like, the streak is over because off the top of my head, he doesn't remind me of anyone else. Moving right along, we have Slog, the reason why we can't have nice things when it comes to the original G1 Monstructor, due to him being a GPS victim. Hopefully this new one is cured of that bane of Transformers collectors. Here we see his accessories are an axe blade, a handle, and a cover piece, as well as Monstructor's noggin. As for Slog's monster mode, man, I don't know what the hell this thing is. It reminds me of some kind of Egyptian sarcophagus, either that or it's the giant, fearsome Croco Stimpy! So yeah, monster mode is a gold rhino-headed thingy. His robot mode looks pretty normal though, and I like how black is added to the mix to break up some of that gold. Overall, Slog has a pretty cool robot mode with a really nutty monster mode. The 5th member of the team is Birdbrain, and he gets 2 bat-wing type ears that attach to the side of his monster head, so some assembly required with this guy. The other 2 accessories are Monstructor's feet. Now I'm not sure why he's called Birdbrain, because as you can clearly see here in his monster mode, Lieutenant Dan ain't got no wings, unless you count those bat-wing type ears. What we do have is a purple and black 4-legged, bird-headed, bat-wing thing, packing big FU rocket launchers, which are Monstructor feet. Maybe they're stink bombs. And also, I'm sorry, Jenny, for that horrible impression. In robot mode, we see 2 shades of purple and black broken up in places with silver and gold trim. Still no wings, but those Monstructor stink bomb launchers look ginormous when Bird Brain is in robot mode. The last thing about Bird Brain that I wanted to note is check out his leg assembly. That is the funkiest leg setup that I've seen in a while. Here I should note that sadly, I do not yet have Dino King or all of Volcanicus, so I don't know if either of the members on those teams have this going on that share the Bird Brain mold. In my collection, this guy will forever be known as Bird Brain the Crazy Legged. Last but not least, we have Bristleback, who only gets Monstructor's other fist, which he carts around on his back when he's in his blue and gold monster mode, which looks like a turtle. That's not a bad thing because turtles are cool. The fist does look like it has some type of blaster, so I'm guessing in monster mode it's supposed to be a cannon. In monster mode, he is a bulky guy, but we see that even more in bot mode. He's very wide-bodied indeed. Now more blue than gold, I think it's cool how the color swaps dominance depending on what mode he's in. I do think that his accessory is a bit of an eyesore, and I wish they made it so it was hollow side down when he holds it in robot mode. And here we have the Monster Pretenders all together, and I think they look great together. Now, some of you may think that their colors are gaudy, but I grew up in the 80s and 90s where color explosions were the norm, so I love it. I will say that they could have used some neon green. Articulation-wise, the set as a whole articulates well enough. They all have waists and knee bends and things like that. I will say some are limited, like Ice Pick, who lacks elbows, but hey, it doesn't really bother me. They have more than Cyberworld characters, and I really like those. So that's the individual team members of the set. Now there's only one thing left to do, and that's to get these guys combined to form Monstructor. And here are the Monster Pretenders all combined into Monstructor, and I am not going to bury the lead here. I'm just going to come out and say it. I really love this figure. I think he just looks really, really, really awesome. I'm gushing over this figure. Maybe it's because I never formed Volcanicus with the, the base of this mold, because I do not believe Dinobots should combine. And sadly, as I had mentioned, I have not yet picked up Dino King. So this is my first experience with this mold. He's actually a retool of a retool, but yeah, I think he came out great. I love how all the different colors of the individual bots go together with Monstructor, making him a colorful, very colorful, and he really pops. And I think engineering-wise, he's really great. He has like almost all the articulation you would want in a smaller, and he's only a smaller combiner. Yeah, really cool, but we will take a closer look with that head sculpt here. Oops, hitting the camera. Awesome Monstructor head sculpt, really love it. And of course, he has all the colors of the original, the members, obviously. But yeah, his weapons are, the combined blaster rifle and all the other weapons combined into this big axe, which is really, really cool. I mentioned articulation. His arms, rotate. They do almost a full T. He has elbow bend, swivel, bicep swivel. His head, it's not on a ball, it just rotates, so no looking up or down, but that's okay. He has a waist. Are you getting all this? Just really cool. He can't really do the splits or anything, kind of limited there, but that again is okay. He does have thigh rotation. He has knee bends to almost 90, especially if you do it right, and he even has ankle tilt. So yeah, really, really awesome. I mean, let's just look at him for a minute. Really, really cool. And I also wanted to say that when it comes to how Hasbro approach this, a lot of times when they do modern pretenders, they don't do, of course they don't do the shells anymore, but they usually try to incorporate a facsimile of the shell, an homage to the shell in some way. With these guys, with this set, they just go straight for what the inner robots transformed into for their monster forms and stuff from the original G1 Monster Pretenders. But yeah, really, really awesome. Just take a quick look at his back, nice and clean. Yeah, super, super cool. So as for my final thoughts on the Transformers Age of the Primes Monstructor set, I kind of have to start with a little history lesson. So The original Monstructor and Pretender monsters never made the G1 cartoon, but he did have some prominence in some comics that I haven't read. But from what I understand is that because it makes sense, he's a monster, he's made of monster bots, not the monster bots, but so he was like a very feared bot, and just like almost like one of the ultimate evils when it comes to Transformers. But to me, I don't get that vibe from him. I mean, yes, he is imposing and things, but because of the goofiness of some of the individual monster forms, not with just this figure, but the G1 toys, I don't necessarily get that. Maybe in the comics they made the monster forms, you know, scarier, and that's not a gripe at all, because I love this set. But yeah, I just don't get terrifying. What I get is just friggin' badass and awesome, which is fine, because if you're gonna tell by now, I love this set. As for the individual bots, you know, they have their flaws. Some lack some articulation that I would have liked to seen. Some in their monster modes, they're kind of goofy but wacky. They're just fun. I love the monster modes. Some of them make me laugh, like Slog, and they're just really cool and really a lot of fun when they're not Monstructor. And of course, the complete package of Monstructor, you've heard me gushing, I absolutely love. So to me, this is a very awesome set. I'm gonna just keep gushing if I keep talking, because it kind of blew me away, this set. So I'll just stop it there. Comment to let me know what you guys think, and as always, thanks for docking.